We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-DAVID-P. I would love to hear from you. If you have any message for me, hopefully a polite one, you can leave it at 219-2-DAVID-P. Here's a great question about something we've touched on a little bit before, but it's particularly relevant now in the conversations about the January 6th riots. Why are some in the media referring to these right-wing terrorists as militia members? Take a listen.
Yes. I'm just wondering why the media continues to call these right-wing terrorist groups militia. They are actually vigilantes.
Right.
Most media people are really always very critical about how they use words. Vigilantes are people who take the law into their own hands, and that's what they're not militia. And they want to call themselves militia just to sound more legitimate. So,
of course, this has been something we've talked about for a long time. Many of these groups, these sovereign citizen groups and these anti-government groups and those who come out to oppose Antifa, sometimes with violence or whatever the case may be. And by the way, that's not me endorsing violence from anybody, to be very clear. They want to be called militia. Militia sounds sort of like an unofficial military battalion or platoon or whatever the case may be. You're talking about vigilantes who are taking the law into their own hands in violation of the law. You're talking in many cases when they actually go out and commit acts of whatever. We're talking about terrorism here. And I think the media, corporate media, would be much more accurate if they were using that term rather than militia. At minimum, say self-described militia, which is not actually a real thing in terms of legally binding or conferring any kind of rights or privileges to be vigilantes. This is something that they've dubbed themselves. It's extrajudicial. It's not recognized by the law in any way, shape, or form. It would be great if that was made more clear on a regular basis. Very astutely pointing that out in the voicemail. Call if you have a message for me. 219-2-DAVID-P. On the bonus show today, the Colonial Pipeline CEO now admits to authorizing a greater than $4 million ransomware payment to get the pipeline flowing again. Incredible. Chicago Mayor Lightfoot says she will only be giving one-on-one interviews, to journalists of color. We will weigh in on that. And the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has now signed into law one of the most restrictive abortion bills in the country, which would ban abortion as early as 6 weeks. We will talk about whether that will hold legally and much, much more on today's bonus show. Please get access to the bonus show. This is my please clap moment. Please get access. Sign up at joinpakman.com. Make a pledge at patreon.com/David Pakman Show. And then you will be brought right into the world of the award-winning, world-famous bonus show. I will be joined by producer Pat, and I will see you then.